ESPN on ABC.
As the sun sets on Las Vegas, the curtain is about to drop on a remarkable first season as head coach at Northwestern for David Braun. He's led the Wildcats to the biggest turnaround in FBS this season, from 1 win a year ago to 7 this season, helped by an infusion of transfer talent on offense, including quarterback Ben Bryant. Kyle Whittingham led Utah to an 8-win season. Displayed a slew of injuries, including at quarterback, where 3 different players have started. Tonight, it's Bryson Barnes, despite the fact that he's in the transfer portal. Welcome to today's college football. And welcome to Allegiant Stadium, home of the Las Vegas Raiders. It's the SRS Distribution Las Vegas Bowl, a part of Capital One Bowl Mania. The Utah Utes with their 9th straight winning season at 8-4 against the Northwestern Wildcats, a remarkable 7-5. Good evening, everybody, and welcome. I'm Sean McDonough, along with Greg McElroy. Delighted to have you with us. A lot of great storylines in this game. Perhaps none better around college football this season than Northwestern. Rocked by scandal in the preseason. Many thought they might not win a game this year. They've won 7. Utah, Greg, came into the season back-to-back Pac-12 champs, thinking they had a great chance to three-peat. Injuries ruined their season. They're very proud of the 8 wins. A lot of similarities between these two teams.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at Utah, when 8-4 is a disappointment, a very deep Pac-12, it just shows you the program that Kyle Whittingham's built. And David Braun on the other sideline, I think he looks across and said, I like in someday for Northwestern's program to resemble Utah's, a program that's built on trying to get players better, under-recruited, but chip on the shoulder mentality that plays really hard along both lines of scrimmage.
And they come in from opposite directions in terms of wins and losses. In the case of Northwestern, they've won 3 in a row, 4 of their last 5, and a big part of that, Ben Bryant, the transfer, terrific.
He's done a great job and has really improved over the course of the last 3 years. He's playing his best football, though, down the stretch for Northwestern. Has been very accurate on the downfield throws. Does a great job throwing it outside the number as well. He's a big guy, too, can keep you honest with his legs. But, man, he has really been poised and accurate in this system.
Meanwhile, Utah played the entire season without their terrific quarterback, Cam Rising. He'll be back next year. He led them to back-to-back Rose Bowls. So all season long, they tried to figure out who it should be at quarterback. Lately, it's been Bryson Barnes, and he's played very well.
He's given them the best chance, and they've been having some issues at quarterback with consistency, but there have been some really bright spots with Bryson Barnes, most notably against USC. Played well against Arizona, got beat up in that game, missed the game against Colorado, but he's the most accurate and probably has the most control amongst the amazing available quarterbacks on the roster.
Very likely his last game as a Ute, unless he changes his mind, to become a very popular player around the state. A pig farmer from Milford, Utah. With more on his story, here's Stormy Bonantoni.
Well, and Sean, you mentioned Bryson Barnes starting despite being in the transfer portal, which is pretty rare. Typically, when we see a player enter the portal, it's because he wants to go, and coaches have no problem saying, okay, if you want to be out the door, we'll let you go, cut ties, and be on our way. That is so far from the sentiment around Bryson Barnes. Kyle Whittingham told us it was such an easy decision when Bryson said he wanted to play because they wanted him to, and said he's earned that right. All he's given the program. A small-town Utah kid, as you referenced, who walked on, got a chance, and has been a huge reason why they're in a bowl game at all. And they understand the situation he's in. He wants to be a starting quarterback, and with Cam Rising coming back next year, barring injury, it's just not in the cards for him at Utah. But they're rooting for Bryson Barnes certainly today, and also moving forward in the next part of his journey, guys.
And the reality is they need him tonight. Not a lot of other options at quarterback. Northwestern takes the field in a bowl game for the first time since the 2020 season. Utah trying to end a 4-game bowl losing streak. The opening kickoff from Las Vegas right after this.